And I know that all of us have experienced that at least once in their life. Myself, being from New Orleans, it's common practice to be prepared for the power to go out because hurricane season, storm season, windy days, they hit all the time. We've had a lot of you ask about this TSV and if we planned it this way, that it would show up right after that massive storm that hit most of the nation. The answer to that is no, we didn't plan it that way. We planned these out about a year in advance. But what is our TSV that has a lot of people thinking on the other side of those storms that they needed? That TSV is from Halo. This apparatus that you see right here is nothing short of a beast of power. No, this isn't just the topper for your phone. No, this isn't just it can run your laptop for a couple of hours. This is, it will keep you warm in a winter storm. It will preserve all of your very expensive groceries in your refrigerator and freezer when there's a storm. In fact, we're going to mimic a power outage right now and shut the power to this set. So if that were to actually happen, oh, we even have the sound effects to go with it. I love that. If that were to happen, you would actually see me in virtually pitch darkness. You may have seen that happen a couple times here on set. But guys, can we like pull back so that they can see those lights in front of me too? These great big glorious lights that you see are not part of our theater lighting. They're plugged into the Halo, as is this fan, that laptop, that router, that Nintendo Switch, the cell phone that's sitting on top of this Halo because yeah, it has wireless charging too, the lamp behind me, the TV behind me, and probably 6 or 7 other things that I can't even see right now. This is our today's special value, the most powerful Halo ever. From that lipstick charger to the one that starts your car to the one that powers now your entire home. Yeah, it can run a hairdryer. It can run a CPAP machine. It can run a sump pump. It can run major appliances and minor ones. And because most of us are picking it up because of power outages, we'll have it, so hopefully you use it outside of emergencies, tailgating, camping. Do you have a shed out back and it doesn't have power to it and you don't want to have to run power out to use your power tools? Well, you can. We live in a world now where power is not a luxury, it is an essential, right? And it's essential for things like running the coffee maker and toaster and gaming devices. But I don't know about you, when the power went out in my home just 2 days ago, the first thing my daughter and I did was look at our phones and we both went, oh crud. Because we had not charged our phones, and now I was like, we have to go out to the car to charge them? The little things and the big things. And I know you have insurance on your home, but you don't have insurance on the power in your home. This is insurance on the power in your home, in emergencies and beyond. We've had 1,200 folks now make their purchase and go, this is one thing I don't have to think about. And guess what, Rachel? We just hit the halfway mark. It's 1:30. We didn't have that many of these to go around. This is a lot different than a Denim & Company t-shirt. We bring in far fewer so that as many people as possible can get theirs, but eventually it'll be gone. Call us if you're picking it up today. It's 1-800-395-1601. And let's talk colors and options. So you see 2 prices on your screen. One is the $12.59 that will bring you the Halo, the Beast, the 1,600 watt, over a dozen different outlets to power your home. This is the one that's $12.59. It actually retails everywhere, if you can find it anywhere, for $13.99. Well, hang on a minute, because I'm looking at this one that comes with its own trolley, that's new, and the solar panel, which you're talking to a girl who loves to camp. Get the solar panel, now you're off grid. You never have to worry about the Halo running out of power because the sun powers it forever. But the price on that one is $13.99, which is the full retail of just the unit itself. Here it is in blue. If you want blue without solar panel, $30 now remain. 30? That number just hit my brain. 30 with the solar panel. Okay. How about the green? Without solar panel, 50. With 300. Okay, that's a little safer. And then on the end, we're going to have it in the black. Without solar, 85, 700 with. Okay, but where's the one that I have 5,000 of? doesn't exist, all right? We have the trolley, we have the solar panel. Why do you need the trolley? This thing's a beast. It weighs 44 pounds, and it darn well should, because that's the only kind of setup that's gonna hold enough power to run pretty much everything you see on the screen. Sarah Cottalesi joins right now. She is one of our tech and lifestyle experts. Can I tell you how funny it has been to read questions from people that frequently ask questions? And they're like, will it run A? Yes. Yeah. Will it power A? Yes. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just make this easy. Yes to everything, right? It didn't used to be that way, where we would say, okay, it runs everything but not a hairdryer.
Oh,
okay,
for sure.
it runs everything but maybe not that electric blanket because that has a heating element. And now we go 1600 watts, bring it on. Bring on the power outages.
Yeah, one, you know, all portable power is not made the same, right? So you really want to rely on a brand that we've all kind of grown up with Halo in these past, you know, 10 years.
With power.
Exactly. But what we love about this one, we are so excited because by far, this is the most powerful build that we've ever done. 1600 watts of power is powerful enough to handle, like you said earlier, your cooling, your big full-size refrigerator, plus then all of your heating elements as well. So we showed you Jen sitting like in the living room, right? And I love that even though the lights went off, seeing you sit there with the lights on, the TV on, the lamp, that's normal,
it's like no
right?
Big whoop.
Yeah, it's an instant return of normalcy. And I think that's all, we all crave that when an emergency or power outage hits us, because it always throws us off, right? Well, it throws us off because we're not prepared. This is what you do. You pick this up, get this home, kind of play with it. Rachel had the great idea, you know, play with it at home, like test some things out. Where would you use it at home? This way, when the power outage happens, you're already set. But then when you roll it again with that trolley bundle, yeah, you can have it in the living room. But then when it's time, you can also roll it to the refrigerator. And why that's important is because when storms come, what do? We run to the store, right? We grab everything we can get in the event that we are snowed in. We won't really think about the power also. Right. Rastelli steak, salmon, all your frozen foods, all the food that you just filled your refrigerator with.
Well, especially with the price of grocery these days, this is like a jewelry case, guys. I mean, think about the jewelry you have in your jewelry case, and you would be like loath to lose anything.
Right.
If you were to go to your own refrigerator and count up how much everything in there costs, especially if you just got back from the grocery store, that is no longer, oh, we're out a couple dozen dollars. That's an investment lost.
Oh, for sure. And so I'm going to plug this in, and keep in mind, we do have an extension cord running from the back of the refrigerator, you know, just to kind of reach it out here. But I'm going to plug this in. And look, no sooner did I plug it in, and we already have lights in the fridge freezer. So keep in mind that this is going to run, you know, over 7 hours of continuous runtime. So it really is much longer than that because it only kicks on when it needs to. Yeah. Right. But then we come over here and we're talking, you know, that coffee maker as well. Jen, feel this.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
It's warming up.
And then we also have, you know, all that water that's in there ready to go. I mean, if you do anything on the weekends, you know, you go to sporting events and do whatever it is, 70 cups of coffee you can get out of this, right? So again, 1600 watts, we slide down here. All of a sudden, you can power a microwave as well.
Oh my gosh, you're at the tailgate. Okay, I know you're running the microwave when you're at home, right? And that's amazing. But what if you're at the tailgate and you've got the crock pot with the meatballs in it?
Yes.
Off the back of your pickup truck, and everybody else is standing there with their cold sandwiches.
Right.
I mean, like
just warming up a cold cup of coffee, right? I mean, all of a sudden now you're starting to look at this. And again, being able to not only, and you said it earlier too, it's an insurance policy that you're gonna love to use. It's not like when you buy a roof, you know, because you have to, it's not fun, but it's a necessary evil, right?
That's a good point.
When you buy an insurance policy, those aren't fun either.
No, they're not.
But you need it when you need it.
I'll take that and then I'll raise you. An insurance policy, you're never even 100% sure you're ever going to need to use it, right?
Exactly.
And you hope you never do. I know you're going to have to use this. This is no longer an if, it's a when, right? We buy insurance and hope we never need it. You're buying insurance knowing that you will. Only this is the insurance that you get to use for fun things too.
Oh, for sure.
Here's some of your upgrades.
Yeah, for sure. Again, 1600 watts is the most powerful power station that we have ever brought to QVC, ever designed. It's beautiful to look at. The entire build, I mean, it's battery packed. power source, right? Charging solution, power solution as well. Now, when you start getting into this 1600 watts, it is a heavy battery, right? So it's a little more than 40 pounds. So I love knowing that you can wheel it from room to room if you pick up that trolley option. But emergency power in really tricky situations, right? Power outage at home, yeah, we all think that it's only going to last a couple hours. Then all of a sudden, it's much longer than that, right?
2 days.
So now all of a sudden, you're getting ready to go to bed at night. Now, one thing to turn on a light switch just so you can find your way around the house. Another thing to need that power to run medical equipment, right? That CPAP machine. Knowing that might, by running it in your Halo, will keep you at home is truly worth its weight in gold. And I love the idea, that it's living room, it's kitchen, it's outside, it's downstairs. Yes, this is going to run it.
I'm constantly amazed with this can power.
Well,
right?
you just presented with Sean Pickford that Sunjo
it
Snow
can
Joe.
power the snow thrower?
It can. It's going to recharge the battery.
Because it charges the battery?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So think about that.
Rachel's watching and laughing.
You have more snow, right? You have more snow than power in that Snow Joe. So then you recharge that battery as well.
Okay, I'm going to break down this offer for you in a second, but it got me thinking, right? Because Rachel was talking about that ice storm that happened many years ago, and I was living in my then home at the time, and our power was out for 2 days. My next door neighbor was 2 weeks.
Oh,
because we were on different grids.
Yes.
I know. He was running extension cords over to my house to power things, and I'm like, please take it, my God, right? I felt so guilty. But it's like, if he had something like this, it would have been just fine. In those 2 days, would have I would have cut all my hair off and sold you locks of my hair for a warming blanket. Like, just give me an electric blanket so I can sleep for 5 hours tonight. It will power all of the above, guys. The outlets are now covered for extra protection. So if you're using this for camping or, a tailgating situation, that's going to keep it extra protected. I rolled it over here on purpose because I want you to see the oft overlooked incredible upgrade that is the solar panel. Everyone knows it's one of my life dreams to own a camper van. I want to buy a van, I want to outfit it for camping, right? And what I've learned is that you can live fully off grid. I'm talking internet, power for everything you can imagine if you have solar panels on the roof of that vehicle. Well, if you have a solar panel right here, you have eternal power for the Halo. So even if that storm lasts 5 days, 6 days, 8 days, and if you get a little bit of sun, it can be overcast, you are powering the Halo and you are fully off grid, my friends. So, my friends who live in Florida, my friends who live in Texas, my friends who live in Louisiana, and yes, my friends who live up here in the Northeast who are doing like I do and check that weather app every hour because you know there's more storms on the way. This is the insurance policy that you actually get to use for fun as well. Look at some of these hours. Frigidaire air conditioning unit. Forget about the cold. Do you live in the South or in Arizona, New Mexico, where it gets dangerously hot? And if your air conditioner goes out, you could have power, but if your AC goes out.
Right, and remember that's continuous, right? You might not want to run it for all that time. You might want to just run it a little bit at a time to extend the life of that battery power.
So important to have. Okay, so this is our today's special value. Again, like I said, we didn't intend for it to land right in the middle of storm season, but guess what? We could do this on any day of the year, and there is a part of the country for which it will be immediately relevant. For all of us, it is always relevant. We have 1,200 orders. Actually, I should also mention that solar panel, it charges up faster than ever before. Like these upgrades are amazing. Here's a question for you. About how long can I expect to have this, by the way? Like, I mean, we know this isn't just something that you have for a year or two.
Oh, no, this is built to last. I mean, this is something that when you pick this up, this is going to become part of your life.
Right, like a major appliance.
Yeah, we have a friend that names their power station Big Blue, simply because he's like, when the bolt isn't enough, you need to turn to Big Blue, right? So that's what he has.
I love it.
So expect to have this for a really, really, really long time.
All right.
And when you're looking at this too, something so different, and again, it really speaks to the engineering and the technology of Halo. This entire unit right here recharges when you use the wall outlet, when the power does come on, or you can find another source, in an hour and 46 minutes. From 0 to 100%.
And if you need to, you take it out to the car and charge it, because we give you a car charging cable. All right, so let's do colors, and I definitely want to break down a tour on this so she can see everything that it does. So here it is in the blue. If you want the blue, remember, without the solar panel, there are 30 remaining. And with the solar panel, last call. We have 10 remaining. All right, so we're going to start losing choices here. It is 1:45 in the afternoon on the East Coast. This is happening early. Here's the green. Without solar panel, 45 left with fewer than 300. Safest bet, it sounds like, is your black, and that makes sense. It has a silver tone as a secondary color. Without the solar panel, 80 remain with fewer than 700. And then we are done with our TSV. Now you see the easy pay there.